I mean, racism is racism. It doesn't matter. He's saying that racism only affects poor people. And that is a ridiculous statement.
I missed that memo.
This is a statement made by a black man. A black man in the media is saying that racism only affects poor black people. It don't affect rich black people.
Oh, all right.
But I need to send him a memo. He needs to understand that racism is racism. And I don't think that we should ever take a person that's been victimized and diminish whatever they've been through based on their income. Because that's a slippery slope we don't want to go down. Imagine if people start doing that with every crime. Think about it for a minute.
Right, that's right.
Imagine if a woman is raped that's a millionaire and a woman is raped that's poor. They'll say to the woman that's a millionaire, oh, but you got money.
Right.
Does that take away from the fact that she's been victimized?
But I mean, regardless to that, if it was the N-word that was spray painted on his home, that is racism. What else could it be?
Right. It's clear-cut racism. It's a hate crime. I don't care how much money you have. It's just like when the people at the Hermes store wouldn't allow Oprah Winfrey to come in because they didn't know who she was. When they found out who she was, they tried to give her the whole store for free, and she was like, "Oh no, thank you, baby."
What wrong did
First and foremost, well, you know, Oprah with no makeup, though. Let's be all the way real. You know, I love you, Oprah, but you know, Oprah with no makeup, I might not realize who she is either. I be like, who you?
Miss Sophia.
Yeah, Miss Sophia, how's home now? But yes, that's the crazy. Nicole said it's the craziest thing I ever heard. I think it's crazy too. When we take and say, when somebody will say, you haven't suffered, you haven't been a victim of racism because you're rich. It shouldn't matter. So I think this man who made this statement is either an Uncle Tom, or he's either just cooning for the media, or he's clearly never been victimized.
Okay, you said
anybody. Don't feel bad for him. Sorry, I don't feel bad for him. So Gregory, let's expound on this, honey. Why in the world do you not feel bad for him? Money is not everything. I think people will say, oh, he got money. We shouldn't feel bad for him. Why?
I think that the person that doesn't feel bad for him is probably one of the people that is a fan of the rival team.
Okay, you can be a fan of the rival team, but he's still a human being.
Yeah.
He's still a human being. I mean, I don't see why y'all say you... Gregory, give me some explanation as to why you don't feel bad for a man who was a victim of racism. I mean, because he has money, should we put him in a different category? Like, we shouldn't feel bad that he was victimized because he has money? I'm going to need y'all to think that through before y'all make that decision. Because like I said, if we do that with that crime, we start doing that with other crimes. It's going to be bad. It's just like people who don't feel bad for people who get robbed. Oh, they got plenty of money. It doesn't matter. Their space has been violated. Their sense of security is violated. Absolutely. Their home is violated. They're still a victim. So just because a person has money does not diminish the fact that they've been victimized. And I think that's a bad road to go down.
Definitely.
You know, money ain't everything. Money is not, well, the Bible said answer all things. It answers all things, but it's not everything. You know, so I don't think people should feel like, oh, get over it, LeBron, you rich. And to me, it hurts even more because you feel like, wow, everything I've done with my life and you still reduce me to I'm just another nigga in your eyes. Right. You know? Okay, Gregory is explaining. He didn't feel bad like that when Tamir Rice was murdered. That's with its personal. Oh, Gregory, you know I like you. But, how can we actually know how he felt about Tamir Rice?
He could have cried in his pillow every night. We don't know that.
I believe, if I'm correct, I might be incorrect, that his statement was he did not want to make a statement on the incident. That doesn't mean he didn't feel bad about it. I mean, I don't know about that one, Gregory. You say he didn't feel bad when Tamir Rice was murdered. I don't know that we can clearly make that judgment because none of us know how he really felt. You know, he's a public figure, so they have to be careful about what they say about how they feel. It doesn't mean he didn't feel bad. So, but I get what you're saying. You think he didn't feel bad. You feel like he didn't express his feelings toward the situation. I don't know. I just think that anybody that is a victim of racism is a victim of racism. That's it. That's all. You know, we shouldn't feel like, oh, they're rich, so it doesn't matter. Because, like I said, when your girl Oprah was victimized, she let it be known. Look, this hurt. this hurt because I am Oprah Winfrey, okay? You need to know who I am, but it still hurts to be discriminated against. Okay. He wouldn't comment because he didn't know enough. Okay, so why does that? Okay, Gregory, me and you're going to have a sidebar. We're going to have a sidebar conversation, Gregory, because your exact statement was, he didn't care when Tamir Rice was murdered. And now you say he wouldn't comment because he didn't know enough. If we don't know enough, why should we comment? You understand what I'm saying, Gregory?
At the end of the day, anyone who is victimized, raped, vandalized, home broken into, whatever, you feel some type of way. And it shouldn't be diminished by anything. Honestly, my home was broken into a few years ago, and the only thing that they did was slash my Darion bed set, and they stole my laptop or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, someone entered my home. You never feel the same after that.
Right. He still haven't. So he still haven't what? Expressed his feelings about Tamir Rice? Gregory, like I said, you and I, you're not going to need to have a sidebar, sir. But I think that's two separate situations, okay? His home was victimized. He's clearly a victim. Okay, so Nicole said it has nothing to do with money. Hello, people. They called him the N-word. It's 2017, and you still use the N-word. He has been violated. That's right, Nicole. He has been violated. Well, hello, beautiful. He has been violated. And so I agree with you. It's 2017 and you still use the N-word. Now, LeBron is from Ohio. And if y'all ain't never been to Ohio, there's a lot of people that use the N-word there. But at the same time, you do feel like you get to a certain point in your life where you're not going to experience certain things like that. So, yeah, I agree. It has nothing to do with money. But I don't know. We'll see what happens about it. You know, I think I liked his statement that he said about being a black man in America. It doesn't matter what you do, you're always going to get considered just another nigga. And it is what it is. So, anyway, we're going to move on past that. We have a very special guest in the building with us tonight. And I'm so excited that we have our special guest host in the building, no matter how I move it, I still got to change the... Miss Tiffany Taylor Hicks is here, and Veronica Penniman.
Hello.
Did I say your last name right?
Yes.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, world. And we're going to get into our interview with her in just a moment. Now, let me just say this. Yes, love his statement. Right, Nicole? He made a very articulate and well-spoken statement. So yes, I loved it too. So anyway, you guys, let me just give you this PSA. So what is public service announcement? Real right quick. For Rise of the Divas that is going to be held tomorrow. Now, I don't have the information in front of me, but I'm going to give it to you before the end of the night. If you're in the Houston area and you're a woman and you want to be around a lot of other powerful sisters, there is an event tomorrow called Rise of the Divas, and it is to benefit Alea Ministries mentoring program. So I would love to see you in the building. I'm going to be the host, and they have some wonderful guest speakers. Not that it's all about me. I just don't have information from me. Don't worry, I'm going to read it later who all the other special guests are. And once again, it's for a good cause. So please, please, please check that out. If you can come, inbox me. Let me know if you need tickets. They're still available on Eventbrite. And I just found out you can pay at the door as well. So Gregory says I didn't. Gregory, I'm gonna need you to understand how Facebook Live works. Your comments come through like delayed. So I don't know what you're saying. So what do you mean I didn't? Clarify. And once again, we have to have a sidebar. So anyway, moving right along. So Veronica.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you so much for being here. So we're going to go ahead and get into our interview. And all the people that still want to comment on the LeBron James situation, don't go nowhere. We'll talk about it again later if you still want to talk about it. So Veronica, tell our listeners on the TuneIn app and our viewers on Facebook Live a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Hello, everybody. I'm honored to be here today. I'd like to thank everyone for giving me this chance, an opportunity to just come out and just share a little bit more about my book, the reason I wrote the book, and just a little bit information about me. Right now, I'm a business owner. I'm currently building up 2 businesses. I'm an author. I'm working on my first book called Finding Love Again. It's in print right now, and working on the second book. I'm a Houston native, so I'm born in Houston, Texas. I have 3 boys. I have a 21-year-old son. I have a 19-year-old son, and I have a 17-year-old son, and I have 3 beautiful grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
They just lights up my world.
Okay. That's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So, this book, Finding Love Again. I can relate.
We know she had to
Hey, shout out to my baby.
Hey,
As you know, let me turn the camera around again. As you know, I never miss an opportunity to shout out my boo. Hey, boo. But anyway, back to the guest. So, Finding Love Again. Tell us a little bit about that. What is it about?
When I started working on Finding Love Again, it was in 2009. I always have been a fan of romance novels, to the point to where if I can take a romance novel and start reading it, and it just draws me in, I can't put it down.
Yes.
I like to feel the characters. I like to relate to the characters. I like to see myself in the book with the character, and don't let it be, a hero in the book. I just fall in love with him.
Yes.
So when I decided to write Finding Love Again, I don't know what inspired it. I was in school at the time, and it just came to my mind.
Oh.
I always wanted to be a writer. I used to always write growing up as a child. So I always been the type of child that's been creative. Mine just go all over the place. So I just said I was going to put it into words. I like romance novel. I believe in love. I believe in that it's somebody for everybody. And I believe that it's always the perfect story. You just have to find a story and create it.
Ooh, I like that now. Now, some of y'all need to take notes. The perfect story is out there. You just got to find it. And she said, create it. Now, let me tell you, I'm a huge fan of romance novels.
Woo.
So this is a romance novel? Oh, I'm excited already. Okay, so when I was a little girl, I used to read, I had a babysitter who used to bring her little romance books with her. I used to sneak and read them books. And I personally feel like that's kind of missing in a lot of relationships now. The actual romance. What is your take on that? The way people date and communicate nowadays, the romance being gone. How do you think people can get that back?
I think people have to really just look inside themselves. What do they want? What are they looking for? I'm the type of person that when I love a person, I'm all in. I love everything about them. Their smell, the smile, the talk, the walk.
The teeth.
Yes, everything. The attention. I love everything. I mean, it's an awesome feeling.
Yes.
When I'm reading a romance novel, I want that book to draw me in. I want that to be my man in that book. That is my man in that book. It's my man. So when I decide to write a romance novel, that's what I want my readers to feel. I want them to feel themselves in that book. I want them to see themselves in that book. I want them to take that man to be theirs, dream about this man. I want them to feel the romance and the love in this book.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, we talked about a topic that I want to kind of bring to your attention. We talked about it last week about the difference between black women and women of other cultures when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to finding love. So let me ask you this. Is romance dead for the black woman?
Heck no.
Okay. Are there romantic black men? Are they out there?
Yes, they are out there.
See, I know. I know. I'm asking for a friend.
They are out there.
We need to get their GPS coordinates, please.
They are out
Yes. So what do you think it is? Do you think that because this is the reason why I asked the question, because what we see in everyday life, we see black men as being kind of hardcore, kind of, my girl got a girl. I got a side piece and a wife. That's not romantic at all. And of course, in our music, we hear a lot of, derogatory terms that we're referred to as. We don't see black love on TV anymore. Not like we used to.
Right.
So, I'm used to James in Florida. James in Slaughter Evans. They loved each other.
They did.
You know, the Cosbys. So how do we get back that feeling that there is romance out there for us? Because I've had my issues with romance. And so I think a lot of black women, now I'm speaking for myself, have given up on romance. Now, until my current relationship, I had given up on it. I didn't think romance was, I thought it was just like a fantasy. We need to just deal with reality and just find a decent man and make it work. So what do you think of that? Do you think that it's our society? And if it is, what can we do to regain that feeling that we are worthy of being romanced?
I think it is. A part of it has to do with society. People don't take the time out to just figure out what do they want in a relationship and a marriage. I also have had my issues with romance. I have been married twice. And getting married at an early age, I didn't know what I was looking for. I didn't know what I was wanted. So I feel like part of wanting romance, you have to grow and learn yourself to know what do you want. You know, it's a part about growing in life, and being married twice and having been divorced twice. And I just feel like, don't be the type of person to give up on love. You have to keep searching for it. You have to give yourself time to grow and be open, so that way when they do find you, you'll be ready.
Right, I agree with that. So can you give us a little bit of about the characters without giving us too much? Just give us a little bit about the storyline and the characters if you can.
Okay, ladies, my main characters are Casey and Simone.
Okay.
Casey is 6'2", bald head,
Oh.
tall,
Yes.
dark,
Mm.
sexy.
Yes, Lord.
Wears Armani cologne,
All right.
Armani suits.
Uh-oh.
Simone is 6 feet. She loves her 3-inch stilettos.
All right.
She's got a sassy pixie cut haircut,
Okay.
and she's the boss lady.
All right.
Oh, all right, all right.
Casey and Simone met on a plane by accident. Simone, year to meeting Casey, she lost her husband in a tragic boating accident.
Okay.
So she stopped dating for a while. She didn't know if she would ever find love again. Casey lost his fiance to cancer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Simone lost her job in Chicago.
Shut up,
And-
stand up.
She got offered a position in LA at a marketing company. Casey is going to be Simone's boss.
Oh.
Oh.
So they start working closely together. And you know how they go.
Yes. So that sounds really interesting. That sounds like I want to find out what's going on between Casey and Simone.
They say
Yes.
85% of the people that get married and engaged is because they meet each other at work. So I'm feeling that already. Plus,
Wow.
you said he was bald and chocolate. Yeah. When's
Yes.
the book? When did you say your book
Yeah.
was coming out again?
Yeah.
In
Yes.
2 more weeks, it's in print now. It will be on Amazon. I'm working on getting book signing set up. You can also be able to order from my website through PayPal, where the book will be able to get shipped to you. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm very excited. I don't know where God is going to take it, but I'm excited. I prayed and I talked to God and said I'm just going to let Him, process it and put it into fruition in His own timing.
So tell me, what is it that you want your readers to take away from the story?
I want my readers to take away that even when tragic hits in your life, even when you think there is no one out there for you, and that you can't be loved, and that you can't open yourself to love again, it's possible. And through my book, you're going to believe again.
Believe in love. That's a beautiful message. I like that message. So, with that being said, I lost my train. With that being said, finding love again. Is this geared toward women, or do you encourage men to read the book also?
I encourage men to read the book also because Casey lost his fiance due to cancer. So he has a friend that, tried to hook him up on blind dates, but every date he's been on, he finds a reason to not be with that woman because no woman can compare to Lena, his fiance, until he meets Simone. So when he meets Simone, he realizes that he can open himself up that he don't have to shut down after losing someone that he loved and afraid to love again.
How many of us have been afraid to love again? I mean, I know I was.
I have.
I was like, I'm just going to play the game until the game can't be played no longer.
Right.
I've always said I'm going to be the 90-year-old woman in the nursing home with 3 of the boy toys coming to visit me on schedule, rotation. Yes, I'm going to have a schedule. I'm going to have one to feed and one to bathe me and one to entertain me. That was my thought. I'm just going to play the game, and hey, just be happy. But who knew I would find love again? So it's so great that you have this message, because I have actually experienced this lately. And never thought it could happen for me, because I was just, ready to play the game. Look, I've bbeen married 3 times and divorced 3 times. But I always said I ain't no quitter. I'm going to keep going until I get it right. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, now let me get off the subject just a little bit, because, we got to go to the left. If I don't go to the left, it wouldn't be me.
It's not us.
Exactly. Let me get your opinion on couples who entertain themselves with porn. Do you think that diminishes the romance, or do you think it helps the romance?
Me personally, it doesn't do anything for me. I feel like if I'm attracted to that man, we don't need the TV. We need some music. We need some Keith Sweat. We need some R. Kelly.
Yes.
We need to just be engrossing each other's attention, eyes, focus, and just experiment and be creative.
Be creative. My other question is to everybody here, to Tiffany, I would like your opinion, and to Lisa, the boss lady, I would like your opinion. This question is to everybody, but I'm going to ask Veronica first. Do you think that with the porn industry being so big as it is, there is a place for black women to get in there and do some producing? Because I'm just saying, me personally, I think we have some storylines, like,
oh, yeah.
a storyline.
Yes.
We like a storyline, right?
Yes.
We don't just like the man come to the pool and he find you at the pool, and next thing you know, bang, bang, bang. We're looking at that like, we want a storyline. We want, hey, how you doing? What, you gonna take a swim? Oh, I was thinking about maybe taking a swim. How are you? We want,
You want like the Zane
what is
Chronicles.
yes!
That's on point,
Well, he
right?
said that in unison. So what do you think about that, Veronica?
I think it's a potential opportunity for women that likes that industry. It's a lot of, opportunities, and it's very lucrative. I say, hey, go for it. If that's what a woman, likes, I believe that she should go for it.
Oh, okay. What you think, boss lady? What do you think?
Well, I think that there's definitely an opportunity, because I like a storyline. I like a plot. And if there is a storyline and a plot, something that I can be interested in, I'm more prone to watch it and be inspired by it.
Right, be inspired. Okay. All right. Keeping it real. Okay.
So, I got to add a little bit to it, right?
Right.
That kind of brought me to the question I have for you. So, I remember as a little girl sneaking to read romance novels, right? Because, there were certain things that, as a young girl, you weren't supposed to do. But at the same time, adult entertainment wasn't readily available as it is now. Now the kids can literally turn on a regular TV show and see something that's real close to adult entertainment.
Yes.
So what I wanted to ask you is that, do you find that writing romance novels might be a little bit more difficult to get people to engage in, given that now adult entertainment is so prevalent? And then I'll answer the question, but how do you feel about that? Do you think that it's taken away from romantic novels or erotic novels, the fact that adult entertainment is so prevalent and so readily available for people?
No, I don't think it takes away. I'm just the kind of person that you go for what's comfortable for you. Me, I can get engrossed into a romance novel, and if it's a sex scene in that book and it's turning me on, I'm going to be into it. And I have had experiences where reading a romance novel and having sex scenes, and I have turned me on than looking at porn.
Right. Okay. And so that brings me to my answer. So for me, I do think that there's a huge opportunity for African American women in the industry, right? Whether it's erotica or whether it's romance or whether it is the adult entertainment, I challenge us to do stories that show Black love, which for me is a little bit different than just hardcore, adult entertainment. And I think, and I think that we have the ability to bring those beautiful storylines, and that's the reason why I mentioned the Zane Chronicles, because we know what that is, right? But at the same time, it doesn't leave you feeling like I should have snuck. I'm sneaking to watch that, and I like the integrity of erotica versus and romance or romanticism versus maybe even the hardcore adult entertainment industry. So I do think it's a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah, I think so too. So if you're watching or listening and you're a writer, hey, think about it. There's some people that you could pull who don't like to watch that, but do want to be entertained. So what is your next
We can
book?
do auditions,
I think that they would want to watch that. If it was that, they would want to watch it. Nobody wants to watch hey, how you doing, baby bang?
No, nobody wants. We want a story. We want the man to come up and say, have some conversation, because see, that's what really gets us anyway.
Oh yeah,
it's conversation.
Absolutely.
So I think if they have more conversation, they will have more people, involved in watching that stuff than just men or couples doing it, and the woman just like kind of appeasing the man. Some women like it. If you're a woman and you like it, let us know what you like about it. But I think the romance part of it is more appealing to us.
Yes, definitely.
So I want to ask you, your second book. You say you're working on your second book right now as well.
It's part 2 to Finding Love Again, part 1.
Oh.
It's gonna be three books.
So there's a continuation.
It's going to continue.
Right.
It's a continuation.
I love a series too.
Book 1 is more about them meeting and establishing a working relationship, getting to know one another. Book 2 is going to be leading more into them as Simone takes a new position on a different floor. Because in every job it's ruled with bosses dating employees, right? So that's what's in book 1. They can't really get together because he's her supervisor and she's the subordinate. So, but once she gets a promotion to a different floor on a different level, now it opens up the opportunity for them to come together, get to know each other, and start figuring out, okay, we both have feelings for each other. Let's see where this goes. Mm-hmm. It's also going to be a villain in the book. Just give you a little sneak peek. Casey's secretary, she been having a crush on Casey, but he never notices her. She changes her hair. She changes her perfume. She do little special things to get his attention, but he never noticed her until he start working with Simone and she start noticing that he noticing Simone, and she starts to get jealous. You know how women is. Get jealous. We see a new lady in the building. Every man is looking, on her. And the old ones there, they get jealous. Well, I've been looking at him for so many years, and he never paid me any attention. So it's gonna be a little twist in it. It's gonna be a little dramatic.
Okay, that's interesting. That's what we want. Yeah.